What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Dan here from Anime Guys, and I have a question. Have you guys like, you know, kind of funny buddy comedies? Do you also sometimes enjoy biblical epics? Well, I've got quite the show for you. Um, Today I'm actually real quick. I'm gonna do a quick review of Amazon's new mini series, because that's basically what it was. Good Omens. So the best way to describe it before I even tell you the whole kind of the breakdown of the show is, imagine if the Book of Revelations was written by Douglas Adams. Or technically it was written by Terry Pratchett, but yeah, actually it's more like Douglas Adams. So Good Omens is based on a book which I have read. It's pretty good, by the same name, written by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett unfortunately passed away a couple years ago in the middle of writing actually one of his books, which I read, was called the Long Earth series, which is actually pretty kind of cool. It's basically a universe or where people have gotten access to other universes via this device called a jump box. But this isn't about, the Long Earth series, which you should check out, but instead is about Good Omens. So Good Omens, the book actually is really good. So the basic story is the serpent from the Garden of Eden, who wasn't Satan, but instead another guy named Crowley, became best friends with the what's it called, the one of the guardian angels of the Garden of Eden. Yeah, they basically become like recurring frenemies who meet each other out throughout history. And Crowley and his angel buddy Aziraphale basically like Earth. Oh, by the way, fun fact is in this universe, it basically exists in a creationist universe where it turns out that the Earth was created 6,000 years ago, and God, the whole bit about dinosaurs is some joke that we don't quite understand yet. So angels, demons, the whole model. But it's not told like in a very it's told in a very hilarious. So Aziraphale, who's played by Michael Sheen, and Crowley, or I call him Crowley because I watched Supernatural. That's how I learned to pronounce it. Is played by David Tennant, and basically their job has only been to do demon/angel things, miracles, temptation, whatever. Oh, the fun thing is David Tennant is a lot more like imaginative. Not David Tennant, sorry, because this has also happened in the book. Crowley is a lot more imaginative than the other demons. So there's like one the first time you meet him, all the demons are like, oh, I did, I tempted a priest, or I caused someone to take a bribe, and David's like, oh, and Crowley is like, oh yeah, well, I crashed an entire phone network. They're like, how does that help her go? Like, well, if people don't have their phone, they start getting angry, and that generates evil. It was kind of funny, because he has a lot of these big plans that end up generating a lot of low grade evil, which kind of makes sense. Like, he's like, listen, instead of going and doing out an actual searching out evil, he's basically farming evil off these little things, like turning a highway system to looking like a symbol from a dead language that basically invokes evil. So it was kind of, but so he's out doing this fun thing, and these two demons show up, and one of them like, hey, by the way, it's time, the apocalypse is coming, time to start. Here's the Antichrist. He's like, really? So he goes to so this is kind of so the whole thing is there's a switch up with the Antichrist, because they wanted to have him being raised by a diplomat, because the whole he's supposed to be very well connected, blah 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 blah, and instead he's accidentally swapped out for another baby to be raised in basically a small English village. And it's kind of hilarious. So the whole thing is that both Crowley and Aziraphale are trying to avert the apocalypse. They never kind of show the back stuff, but they kind of expand it. And the funny thing is, in the show, they have John Hamm, from Mad Men, playing playing what's his face, playing Gabriel the Archangel. So it's really kind of like, and he's like a very like dumb boss. Like he just doesn't get it. Like come on, we want the apocalypse. He's like, and the Zero was like, yeah, but I kind of like things here. I kind of like humanity. So their whole thing is they're trying to convince, basically try to get it to the Antichrist when he's raised it up is a completely neutral being. Basically, he's very human. They want him to be, and you know, honestly, I'll say as a whole, I'm not going to ruin everything because like there's stuff like involving a 1,000-year-old like 300-year-old prophecies that are really precise, but no one figured out. Like there was a prophecy that was like, in the year of 1984, an apple will be introduced to the world which no one will change the world, yet this apple cannot be eaten. Invest, buy ownership in Sir Jobs' company. So basically, like legitimately, they actually like says like it's because the book that the in-series book is called a series of nice and precise property by Agnes Nutter. So there's a lot of like, you know, great jokes in there. But now I do have one slight problem with the series. Just one glaring issue. Although I can kind of like look past it slightly. So Adam, who is the name, what was the name of the Antichrist, kind of hilarious, has a group of friends, and one of them is a girl, which is same in the book. So, and near the end, and spoilers, but if you're watching this, okay, you've been warned, and I kind of already spoiled everything, but they in the book, in the show, they confront the four horsemen, you know, death, famine, but in this world, because of things like what the fuck was it? In the book they said it was penicillin. However, we have anti-vaxxers, so I think maybe pestilence might come back. However, my theory is because we have better crop protection and medicine, pestilence retired, so it's pollution now. And of course, always one's favorite, death. So they confront them, and in the book and in the show, the girl, I think her name is like Pepper, and she faces off against War, and War is like, oh, you know, why don't you go home and play with your dollies, kind of thing. Which, to be fair, that is kind of a common, like, and to be fair, in this one, War is a woman, so the kind of like condescension thing kind of makes sense. But like, she's like I won't deal with everyday sexism, and there's references like to the patriarchy, so, like very like intersectionality, feminism. However, like it was kind of like, when I watched it, was kind of like a whoa, what the fuck, man. But to be fair, Neil Gaiman is a lot more left-leaning than I am. I'm consider myself kind of center of left. But regardless, I kind of got over it because in the book, in the series, both TV series and the book, it's basically said that like Adam like will believe shit that people will tell him. And because he's the Antichrist, somehow he has reality warping powers because of stuff like Atlantis to rise and alien. So my only thought was that his friend Pepper was like, just believe whatever her mom told him. So because like she's this little Afro-British girl. So I usually can imagine like her parents like, because this is like a small, like being, you know, one of those people who are like, oh, you know, they're high powered early on in life and decide, you know, I'm gonna go move into like a nice village, you know, or so like her saying stuff like that out of a 11-year-old's mouth makes you just think, oh, she's just repeating what her mom's telling her, saying, just like how Adam believed all that stuff in the magazines. Basically, Adam read National Enquirer and believed all like stuff about Bat Boy and all that stuff. So that was, since it's coming out again, you know, a preteen, I'm like, they're just parroting what their mom sent us. And yes, I know it's, you know, but otherwise, this was a really good show. I recommend it. Again, there is that one moment that kind of goes, what? But it is really fun. Like, David Tennant and Michael scene are just like hilarious as like just both physical and just. I mean, if you haven't seen Doctor Who, it's like this, but it's like so. Imagine David Tennant's 10th Doctor, but taken up to 11, and you have a really kind of like. And the fun thing is like apparently Michael Sheen was. So for those who don't know who Michael Sheen is, if you ever seen Underworld, he was Lucian, and he's been in like a number of things. Oh, fuck, I think he was in Kingdom of Heaven. But whatever, like, again, check this out. I'd say, like, out of 10, I'd say it was because I was laughing and it was kind of fun. And to be fair, people might go, but there's a bit of narration who's supposed to be like God narrating. However, my thought, I was just like, whatever. That's just kind of like that's like basically Neil Gaiman doing it. But yeah, I'd say a solid about 9 out of 10. Again, there was just one moment in episode 6 that took me kind of out of it. Or was it 7? Was it 5 or 6? Whatever. When that's the only part. But otherwise, fun. Yeah, I guess I say it felt like Douglas Adams or Monty Python wrote a biblical epic, except for without all the weird like your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elder. So without all those weird stuff, it's like, yeah, again, it basically is like if Douglas Adams wrote the Book of Revelations. So go check that out. And I'll see you guys later. And I'll be posting some more reviews. I have to check. If I've forgotten, I need to do a proper book review. Actually, consider this to be both a book and a movie review and a TV show review, because they're basically both the same, and you should check out both. So, my name is Dan. I hope you've enjoyed my kind of outside review of Good Omens, and I will see you guys later. Peace.